This is actually the most expensive hotel we stayed during our stay in Japan, and trust me, there's a reason for that, which I'll spill in a second. So, the hotel is called Onyado Hotel and it's designed in a traditional Japanese Ryokan style. The moment you enter, you have to keep your shoes in the cute little cubbies and you have to walk barefoot on these soft tatami mats. It's a total vibe. The room itself is a super traditional but fully loaded with amenities you can keep. But the real highlight though, the hotel has its own private onsen. If you don't know what onsen is, it's a natural hot spring where you can bathe and you can use it anytime from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. next day. That alone made every yen worth it. So I just tried out the onsen in this hotel and this experience was something else altogether because this is my first time bathing with so many people with me, like all girls, but still it was very awkward at first. But then they were like, no one was looking at you and they were just doing their thing and just doing your thing. And yeah, you're just sitting in hot water, soaking it, and it just definitely heals the muscle pains. Oh my god, I had walked a lot in this whole trip and my every joint of my body is just it was just paining a lot. But after this sauna, the hot bath, the onsen, I feel so much relieved. Oh my god, it was so good. So these are the etiquettes of going to the onsen. So you don't wear any undergarment and you have to go naked inside the sauna, I mean the hot spring. You can use the towel just to bathe and just to roam around in the area, but in the onsen, in the hot water, you don't wear anything at all and you just sit around with other people. So if you feel very awkward with other people, then probably you won't feel that good. But it's a really good experience, to be honest. Being an introvert, I didn't even feel anything awkward after like 5 minutes, and it was like all okay because there was all girls there. And but one thing that they were from different ethnicity and no one was like bothered about that. Everyone just doing their thing. So yeah, a definitely must try thing when you are in Japan. So if your hotel has it, then that is the great thing. And you can also find hotels with private onsen. So yeah, you can book that. I just booked this hotel with breakfast and the onsen with it. So yeah, definitely try this. You can sip on a hot matcha or coffee any time of the day. And after your shower, there is this massage chair to just melt into. And they have spoiled you with unlimited Yakult drinks and ice cream bars. After soaking in that amazing onsen, we headed out at night to explore the Nishiki market. But we were late. Most shop has already shut down, but we found this one restaurant open and ordered some fried rice and some pasta. Both were really good. But you know us, we were still hungry. And we walked further and ended up at McDonald's. And the fun fact, Japanese fries are like so thin and taste kind of bland compared to the Indian fries. My Indian taste bud missed that extra oil. We ordered for a burger too, and that was also okayish. The next morning, we went down for breakfast, and oh my god, it was a spread. There were loads of Japanese dishes I have never tried, and so many veggies like raw, boiled, and fried. They also had some English breakfast too. There was an unlimited salmon roe buffet that's famous around the world. And for sweets, they had different types of mochi. It was just a delicious spread of breakfast. After that epic breakfast, I had my ramen making class, which I had booked through Klook. In this class, you get to paint your own ramen bowl or spoon, which you can keep as a souvenir. So, this is Mr. Shin, the chef who owns the ramen shop in Kyoto and also in Toronto, Canada. So first task was to paint a spoon, and I have painted some sakura flowers on my spoon because that was the season I went for. And I love sakura flower, as you know, and it looks such a beautiful pink seasonal thingy to, have to have on my ramen spoon. It was such a therapeutic thing to do, like you can relax and just concentrate on your creativity, and it was just a fun task to do. After painting my spoon, it was again time to get my hands dirty, but this time I am going to make the ramen. So, a ramen making process is not a 1 hour thing. The broth is prepared a day before, and my job in this was to cook the noodles and also assemble the bowl. So, Mr. Shin explained every single step so patiently. It was amazing working in a real Japanese kitchen. Definitely a highlight of my Japan trip. From now on, I have decided that I'm going to learn local dishes in every country I visit. It's the best way to experience the food and culture for real. There were so many elements in a ramen bowl. You don't know until you just make it for yourself. And my ramen turned out so good. It was nothing like I had back in India. It was totally tasting different from that. And I was so glad that I did this experience. It was so good. On our way back, we saw this cement truck. Look at this cement truck. It is so clean, like squeaky clean. Since the class was just 2 hours and we finished early because you know me, I'm a pro at this stuff. So we headed to the famous Fushimi Inari Shrine. It's touristy, but we loved it. We hiked all the way up to this super peaceful but yes tiring trek, and it was all so good and worth it. In the evening, we walked around the geisha streets hoping to spot a real geisha. No luck, but it's very rare to find one, so that was okay. We also saw this Insta famous Hokanji Temple and the Yasaka Pagoda, which is also called. So it was so pretty at night, and of course, our Kyoto ritual we had the dessert shopping at 7-Eleven. We had to. The next day, we shifted our hotel because let's be real, you can't do luxury every single day. And we found a decent room in M's hotel. After resting for a bit, we just headed out for our next adventure. In Kyoto, the buses are super convenient. They have this button on every seat. Just press it one stop before yours so the driver knows to stop. Pay by cash or card, it is so easy. On our way, we saw this pet shop and I was so sad looking at this munchkin. It is looking so sad in there. I wanted to buy one, but I had to get back to Mumbai, so yeah, I didn't. At night, we hit a mall near our hotel and went to this store called 3 Coins. Everything here was super cheap, like 100 or 200 yen. Got myself a few random goodies because why not?
The next morning.
Next morning, we woke up little late because we were so tired. We went straight for the lunch and found this Nepali Indian restaurant nearby. And we tried their thali, which was so satisfying. After lunch, we visited the Kyoto International Manga Museum. Did you know this museum has over 300,000 manga from all eras? It was super cool experience to look at this artwork done by different artists, and it was so fun to look at these manga from all eras. I personally love anime, but I have never read a manga before. It was all in Japanese, by the way. Most of the books were in Japanese, and you have the English translation also here, but only a few books. It was a super cool experience. If you are a anime lover or even a manga lover, this is a heaven for you for sure. After the museum, we wandered into this random nearby park. It turned out to be the most beautiful park I have ever seen. It was so peaceful, green, and birds chirping. It was just surreal. And after a while, it rained and it felt straight up magical. In the evening, we went to this famous restaurant known for its meat patties. Apparently, you usually need to book in advance, but we just walked in and got lucky. They serve you three patties one by one. First is just plain patty, and then with rice, and then with egg and rice. It's so different in concept and it tasted really good, but I didn't find it so mind blowing as it was called to be. But yeah, you can try to just experience the experience.
the next day.
Next day, we woke up early to catch our Shinkansen back to Tokyo, but this time we booked the green car seat, which is like a business class on a bullet train. It was spacious and it had recliner and a leg room. Also, they gave us hot towels. It was luxury on rails. We sat on the left side to get the perfect view of Mount Fuji. It was finally a clear view of Mount Fuji and it was so worth it. We had one last day in Tokyo before flying home, so we did the Warner Brothers studio tour, the making of Harry Potter. We got our passports stamped, and honestly, it felt like walking into the movie itself. If you are a Potterhead, I will 10 on 10 recommend this one to check it out. If you enjoyed this vlog, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And tell me what's the local dish you'd learn if you travel to Japan. I'd love to hear in the comments. So I'll see you next time in my next video. Bye bye and take care.